what are the typical challenges that they try to avoid because of their fear, doubts, and uncertainties?
So I guess that the saddest challenge is they don't want to talk. Students don't want to talk. They don't dare talk because they are afraid of making mistakes. So what is the challenge? They don't want to talk, and then they miss out on a lot of opportunities. So that doubt, that fear, that uncertainty, or those uncertainties put them in a place where they don't want to speak up. Those fears are holding them back, and that that conversation in their heads is preventing them from going to places. And at the end of the day, that is what English should be all about: connecting us, giving us the opportunity to be, like you and me. You're in Italy, I'm in Argentina. Why are we talking here? Because we know English. So English should be that link between people and not the obstacle that is preventing us from moving forward, or creating making friends, or just enjoying trips, or just because we are not 100% sure that we're going to nail that sound or that structure, or we're not going to have that word that we want to use. So I think those are the biggest challenges, feeling that the English they have is not enough to say what they want to say. And I want to say that if you're in a B1 level or B2 level, and names are not important, but what I'm saying is, if you've been learning English for some time already, and I know you know what I'm talking about, you guys also, you are ready to say what you want to say. The most important thing is that you know that you have what it takes to deal with challenges. Because I'm not saying that when you start talking, you will have all the words, excuse me, you'll be able to retrieve the words, you'll have all those grammar structures available for you. I'm just saying that you have to know what to do when that happens. And in order to develop those strategies, you want to face those fears, even in conversations, and not necessarily speaking with your boss, but speaking with people who are your friends, or are having classes, or having someone that can, give you some feedback. But be ready to do the work. Be ready to use those grammar structures that you're not so sure how to use them. You're not so sure about how to use them, or the words, or the pronunciation. Being ready to do the work, the repetition, the mistakes, so that you know what to do when that happens in real life. Yeah. Things like, say, oh, I forget the word. What's wrong with that? I forget the word. That happens to us in Spanish, Italian. So I forget the word, then that's okay. But we have to know that it's okay. We have to know that if we make a mistake, it's also okay, because we are trying. If we don't try, we don't make a mistake, and we don't learn. Also words. We've all been corrected by native speakers, all of us. Oh, but not in a bad way. Like sometimes I remember I said, I was speaking with this very good friend of mine. She's American. We were talking, and I'm like, yeah, last night I saw the Oscars, the Oscars award ceremony. And she's like, what's that? I'm like, the Oscars. Oh, you mean the Oscars? And I'm like, yeah, I mean the Oscars. And she was like not trying to correct me. The sound I made didn't meet her expectations. And then it was something that was a little bit off, but that's okay. I learned it. And I have, this anecdote to share with my students, and it's okay. I survived.
Yeah, but I'm happy that you mentioned this, because when I started this new adventure with this channel, I was, as you mentioned, a little bit afraid of speaking aloud for myself. And from time to time, I was watching my recordings, and I noticed that I made a few mistakes over there, over here. And I realized it doesn't matter, because as you said before, just yesterday, for example, I was at the post office, and I was asking something to someone, and I forgot the word in my native language. Another person told me, oh, guy, we don't have the entire day. So it could happen. It's happening on a daily basis on my native language. So there's nothing wrong when we make a mistake in a second or a third language. It's normal.